Hello once again to all of you wonderful boys and girls. Back at it again with another edition of the Fantasy Simpletons of Fantasy Football Show. I am your host, Kyle Fridlin. Joining me, as always, is my brother and co-host, Jake Fridlin. Jake,
what up?
What up, what up, what up?
What up, what up, what up?
We're getting into it. It's now week 5. We're past a quarter of the way through the season, and it is time for another episode of Starts and Sits.
Oh, yeah.
But before we start, just letting you guys know real quick, we are having our first ever subscriber goal. We want to get to 100 subscribers before week 8. It is currently going into week 5, so that's less than about 3 weeks here. If you've seen any of our videos, or if you're watching this one for the first time, thank you for watching. Support us. Give us a chance. This is a nice little passion project between two brothers that love fantasy football.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
That's pretty much what it is.
That's pretty much all that needs to be said.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, all that needs to be said right now is that, Jake, are you ready?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Start flexing! Start flexing! Let's go!
Woo! We'll start off with the week 5 buys. This is our first bye week setup today. It's the Falcons, Bears, Packers, and the Steelers. We got some notable players that are going to be on bye as well. On the quarterback side, Caleb Williams, Jordan Love. Running backs, there's some big ones out this time. Bijan Robinson, Josh Jacobs, Jalen Warren, even DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
Wide receivers, Drake London, Roma Dunze, anyone on the Packers, and DK Metcalf. And even tight ends, we got guys like Tucker Kraft that are going to be out, and Kyle Pitts. So there's going to be a little bit of movement in this first time with the week buys, and we're going to see how people can move and adjust depending on the new matchups here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start right off with Thursday night football. We've got the Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Jake, if you notice down at the bottom of the 49ers, I changed their IR spot to questionable because now everybody's questionable.
Jeez.
Pearsall, who's dealing with a knee issue before the season started, re-aggravated it again. Jennings is questionable for like the 4th time this year. Yeah. Even Purdy's still questionable with his toe. Outside of Christian McCaffrey, I can't endorse any of these guys as startable right now if everybody's projected to go down.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, Pearsall didn't even play the whole game last week. This last week, so... Yeah, it's going to be tough to count on any one of these guys.
I think it's just one of those things. If Pearsall does play, you should start him. If Jennings does play, you should start him. But if neither of them playing, I still wouldn't play Purdy. Even if Pearsall and or Jennings comes back in this game, it hasn't been good for Purdy going. And I don't fully put the blame on him. He just doesn't have anything to work with.
Yeah. I know. The team's not looking great.
Dude, yeah, it gets tough after a while. But then you look on the flip side, you got the Rams. Dude, you have Puka Nacua, who will never be on this list again. He's four games through the year. He's already over 500 receiving yards.
Oh, yeah. He's the number 1 wide receiver in the league. So.
He looks unbelievable. Like, it's actually crazy how well he's doing right now.
Yeah, it is.
But he's not the only one. We have a good setup of guys here. Matt Stafford is in the top 10 of quarterbacks right now. He's been very consistent, and it doesn't really matter who he's facing. He always gets around the same 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns every game. Adams is a consistent, moving up to a start now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think, Jake, as someone who owns Kyren Williams, should I get a little worried about the continued usage of Blake Corum?
Honestly, I feel like you shouldn't yet. You know, there's nothing that's made me think that he's really challenging Kyren. Especially because Kyren has the deal that he has, the contract that he signed in the offseason.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone should really be afraid of Blake Corum. I think it makes sense that they're using him just so that they can see what they have in him. But I think Kyren's usage will stay consistent, and he's been pretty productive this season, so I don't see why that would change.
Yeah, and I'm not against a workhorse like coming out for a few plays for like another running back to take the touches. I think it's actually good for that workhorse back, so you can keep him fresh.
Exactly.
It just, I don't know, it gets to a point, especially when I watched that last game and Kyren was easily outproducing Blake Corum when he got the ball.
Right.
So I don't know, just one of those things you got to pay attention to, keep your eyes open on it, see what happens.
Yeah, it always makes you think when there's someone there, but that like taking some of the touches away. But sometimes you can't overthink it,
Yeah.
So
don't overthink it. Keep it simple.
Exactly.
Tagline.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's move on to this next game here. Back onto the Sunday slate, we've got the Vikings taking on the Browns. And little news that came out today, we might not have it here, but Dylan Gabriel is likely to be the starter in this game going up against the Vikings.
Yeah, and presumably moving forward, I think was the official announcement.
Yeah. Well, that'll depend.
But obviously, we'll see how he does. But
I've seen a lot of teams say, "Oh yeah, he's our starter for the rest of the season," and then take a guy out 3 or 4 weeks in.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's why they have Shedeur. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see. I guess what happens there if Gabriel does well, they probably won't bring Shedeur in. But if he doesn't, then it's like, oh, I wonder how soon Shedeur would be brought up in conversation. I guess we'll see.
And I think it makes sense. It seems like they're just trying to find a spark within this passing game because their defense is great and Judkins is really good.
Yeah.
So they've got 2 of their 3 areas of their game down, but the passing offense, it seems like on paper it should be good with Jerry Jeudy and David Njoku and emerging talents like Harold Fannin and Isaiah Bond, who's been coming up the last couple weeks, getting more and more snaps. Cedric Tillman looks like he might be out for a couple of weeks here.
Yeah.
But it has just been hard to get going. And because all of them kind of eat into their own target share, it makes it kind of tough to start any of them right now.
Yeah, it really does. It's a tough situation, but you definitely want to start Judkins, obviously. That's why we have him there.
Oh, yeah. Big Judkins fans.
Whew, he's huge. Yeah. Or, I mean, we're huge fans of him, and he's also a huge guy, I guess.
Hey, he's power, man.
He is, dude. He's killing it. And I think he's just assuming the role that they, wanted him to fill. So definitely look out for him moving forward. And I think he's startable over a lot of other guys. But definitely, could be good if you have him, and given the bye week of some of these guys, I have Judkins filling in for Bijan for me this, or not Bijan, Bucky is on bye.
Bijan because of the Falcons. Yeah, you were right the first time.
Yeah, exactly. So
no, I think over the next few weeks, people are going to realize how good Quinshon Judkins can be because he's not been facing easy teams and he's been getting the job done.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it just depends. On the flip side of that, Jordan Mason, as much as I love Jordan Mason, he's still a start because of some of the buys this week, but he is going up against Cleveland. This is one of the toughest run defenses that he can go up against.
Yeah.
So he's touchdown or bust for this week.
Definitely is. And he runs well, so I'm not too afraid, to be quite honest. I think he's going to do well, especially with Carson Wentz still out there. Like they kind of might need to lean on Jordan a little bit. So we'll see how he does. But
yeah, then get the other Jordan out there. Jordan Addison had a pretty good first game coming back. Whew. So I think he's a great flex option for this week.
Oh yeah, he's killing it.
And Jefferson, you're obviously going to play. Carson Wentz, who hasn't looked too bad in the last couple of games. Do you think when JJ McCarthy, who's probably going to come back in this next game or two, is it going to be like this? Or is the offense going to move like this when McCarthy comes back, or is there going to be like a shift?
I mean, I'm not one to decide the fate of that, but I think it's tough to call. Really, it is, because JJ moves a lot more than Carson. Carson sits in the pocket and he's a pocket passer. I'm not really sure exactly. I want to say it'll be better. But I don't know. What thoughts do you have going into this?
It's tough because there's been such a small sample size. It's also just been a very bad sample size.
Yeah.
Like for the most part. We still have to treat him as a rookie. Like I still am on the side of like he can put the pieces together, but who knows, when he comes back, get him some easier matchups. I want to see what he can do against some vanilla cupcake teams.
Sure.
Before I make a big decision like that.
Yeah, I agree. We definitely need to see more of him. But I think I want to say he's I want to say he could be good,
Yeah, me too.
He's looked decent in some areas, but yeah, you're right. We just need to see more.
He's got the right coach. He's got the right pieces. Let's just see if he can put it together.
Yeah, exactly.
This next game that we got here, this is a scary game for both teams. This is the Texans going on the Ravens. These are two 1-3 teams. So this is it. In some ways for these teams, if you lose this game, you might be out of playoff contention. Or if you're not, you got to really struggle to get your way back up there.
Yep.
And it's so interesting because it's kind of teams that are in completely different scenarios despite having the same record. The Ravens are a mess right now. They've been kind of a mess for the last few weeks here.
They have.
And it's really tough. And with Lamar Jackson, it was kind of weird how they took him out. They didn't explain it right away, and then they said, "Oh, it's a hamstring injury." Oh, he could have kept playing in the game if it was close enough, but I guess they thought it was too much of a, not blowout, but they thought it was too far away to like risk it. But this is the last thing the Ravens need right now. In this situation, I don't know, man. It's tough. If anything, they're going to have to lean on Derrick Henry.
Yeah. And even Derrick Henry hasn't been looking good the past few weeks. Like, the best game he had was the first game of the season. And the other ones have been quite lackluster.
Yeah.
So definitely need to see more out of him. Obviously, he's still an automatic start, but it is a little concerning to see.
Well, look at it's been for most of his career. He's situational. I mean, it worked so well last season because they were one of the best teams in football. They were always in the lead. So they always had a reason to rely on him. But whenever they're down, and it doesn't matter what score they're down by, if they think they need to keep passing the ball, he's just out of the equation entirely.
Yeah, right.
And take a look at the record. They're 1-3. Like, so, and that's how many of his games were actually like great games? One of the 4 games.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think in this game, they're going to have to forcibly rely on him. Whether Lamar Jackson plays or not, because Lamar's not going to be able to run, at least not to the same level. And Cooper Rush, maybe he can run the team well. I just don't know if he can do it against this Texans defense.
Yeah, that's the part, bro.
That's the scary part.
They've been wrecking teams.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to watch for sure.
But who knows? I mean, even though their defense has been pretty bad themselves, like they've been allowing a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns, going up against the Texans offense, they could probably keep this pretty close.
Right.
Outside of Collins, there is actually another starter there. Woody Marks, who in the last game, if you haven't been paying attention, biggest waiver wire out of the week. He finally outdone Nick Chubb in total touches. He also had 4 receptions for 50 yards, 2 touchdowns in that game.
2 touchdowns.
Two
Crazy.
touchdowns. It seems like going forward, he's going to be their primary of the 2 running backs, especially since Joe Mixon not coming back anytime soon. So going up against the Ravens defense, that's looked pretty bad through all this. I think he's the only part that I would say is a pretty good start.
Yeah, I would agree. I think, I don't think we should judge him based off 1 week, though. I think we do need to see more. But obviously it's an indication that, they're probably going to want to use him more, see what else he can do. But he's an intriguing start if you have him. And he should be snagged in most leagues by now. But definitely, an interesting guy to maybe start. I think, could be good. Could be good.
I think it was the passing work that was more eye-opening for this team, especially since this team needs it. Like, if you notice, I haven't put any of the outside Collins. I don't have any of the receivers in a start category yet. I don't have Stroud there because they didn't look too great in that Titans game. I don't buy it yet. I still need to see more of that. But if a guy like Woody Marks getting catches out of the backfield is what they need to get going, this is a game to see it in.
It is.
This is if you want to make the playoffs. I mean, your division's still up for grabs. If you want to do it, you got to win this game. Both teams, you got to win this game.
Yeah.
It's do or die. It's crunch time.
It is 100%.
Yeah,
100%. And keep an eye out for deep sleeper Keaton Mitchell to maybe make his return on Baltimore this week.
Yeah.
We'll see if he does anything or if he's just another healthy scratch. But
hey, man, they got to get some juice in there.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. They might need some juice. So if they bring him in, could be one to watch for sure.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when we get to it.
Yeah.
We'll move forward here. We have another set of 1-3 teams. We have the Dolphins taking on the Panthers. Jake, I don't want to hear it. Darren Waller came back. He came back, and it's so amazing because for weeks he just wasn't even in NFL shape.
Yeah.
He's been a healthy scratch in most of these games because they were just waiting to get him on the field. He finally got a start in this game.
Man.
And now he's out there and he's beaten Sauce Gardner, which that's just more offensive for Sauce Gardner, if anything, if 33-year-old Darren Waller's beating you. And he scores 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
What's happened?
I don't, dude, it's something with the Dolphins and tight ends. I don't know what it is, but they just gravitate towards tight ends. And honestly, I'm here for it. I love a good waiver wire grab. This dude's on every single waiver wire because everyone thought he was going to be trash.
There must be something in those gator-infested waters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also the only way to explain the Tyreek Hill injury.
Right.
Which, I mean, poor Tyreek Hill. Pour one out for that guy. If you saw that play, and I believe a lot of people did, his leg fully snapped. Like, you didn't need someone to tell you that his season was done. His season was done when you saw that play.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. He dislocated his knee, was like the official
multiple ligaments torn, including his ACL. Like, that is
so bad.
He's done for the year.
Could be done entirely for,
it's career threatening.
Retired. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say
he's that age, to be honest.
Yeah, he's past 30 now. I don't want to say never, but he's definitely, if he does want to keep playing, he's not going to be healthy starting next year. Yeah. If he plays next season at all, that's as bad as it was.
Tough.
But then the weird part is he started smiling a lot and laughing. Did you see that?
I did not.
When he was getting carted off, he was super happy and jovial, and he was like, "Yes." You say, "Yes, thank you." Like he was oddly very. It was so odd, and a lot of people
terrible.
A lot of people are trying to figure out. Like Tua came out and said, like, "Oh, that's just his personality." Look at this video I found of. This is straight up. Look at this. Someone got a video of him in the ambulance and he's still smiling and laughing as he's like vlogging to himself. Mm-hmm. It's super bizarre.
That is really weird.
I don't know. It's just one of those things.
Yeah. I'll let the internet, go off on whatever theories they think might be happening. But yeah. I have a feeling it, he's always made jokes about being on a terrible team, like the fact that, right, the past few years.
Yeah.
So it could be that. It could be a bunch of other things. I don't know. But
dude, I don't know, man. Well, all we need to know is that was probably his last play as a Dolphin.
Yeah.
And that's probably it there. But now with him out of the picture, what do we do with the passing game? Let's break it down a little bit. I think Jalen Waddle is definitely going to get a bump up from this.
Yep. 100%.
He has to. If he doesn't, then I'm going to be very upset.
Sure.
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then Darren Waller.
Of course, Darren Waller. And, that's to be expected. I think the fact that he did well when Tyreek was out there this last game, his role's only going to increase. And then I want to see something more from Parker Washington, honestly.
Yeah, this is his chance.
Yeah, I think it's his chance to prove himself, stepping into that now wide receiver 2 position. Should be interesting. Yeah, so definitely want to see what he could do. And then I don't even know who they're gonna get in the wide receiver 3 role. Like,
dude, they're gonna have to look
at the depth chart.
Maybe they'll do like a 2 tight end thing. Just find a second Darren Waller out there, another old former rapper tight end. And for people being like, "Oh, he's a big waiver wire option now. Oh, he really showed up." It's like, dude, I can't. Not after, literally, this was our first episode talking about how crazy it was that he got signed. It was our first short. I cannot, out of the goodness of my heart, recommend starting him this week.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. If you want to take that risk, go on ahead. I know there are some tight ends on bye this week, but man, I just can't do it myself. I can't do it, man.
I know you can't do it, bro, but I'm thinking about it.
Oh, you better not be.
I'm definitely thinking about picking him up in some leagues, so just to have him,
Yeah.
Honestly, the only reason I'm saying that is because of how well Jonnu Smith did.
Yeah, they like to use the tight end if
just do.
If it becomes a focal part of the game, yeah, I could see him being fantasy relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
It's personal with me. He's made it personal.
I know. I could tell.
We talked about a lot about the Dolphins, and I guess that's just more on the Panthers than anything. They don't really give a lot to talk about right now.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, like I will say though, you're high on McMillan. I know that.
I am high on McMillan.
We did make a video about that.
I do think it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can see it. He gets a lot of targets. He makes big plays every game. He's in an unfortunate scenario where a lot of his games are blowouts.
Yeah.
Which it statistically is not going to keep happening. It can't keep happening. Like, it just can't happen. And I know it's I'm starting to sound crazy, but I mean, he's going to have his big game. He's going to get a touchdown. He's going to have that big, like, blow-off game. I'm just waiting for it to happen.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Once he gets a touchdown, he's already getting decent numbers. I'll say decent, flex position type numbers. And once he gets those touchdowns, it's going to be really nice. He's going to be startable every single week. And yeah, so I think he's the guy to do it on this offense. Should be good. I'm even kind of taking a step back from Hubbard a little bit, to be honest with you.
I can see why. There's still some buys this week at running back, so his production, he's done enough to be startable.
Yeah.
It's just, he's more of like an RB2, but we kind of knew that coming into the season.
Yeah, we did. It's just not what it was last year, though. It feels different. It feels like he's kind of taking a step back.
It's the team. They need to play closer games.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the big problem here. It's hard to really see how good these guys can be right now because every game is either a blowout of losing by 30 points or winning by 30 points. Like,
right.
I want to see, can this be a close game like from start to finish?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I know.
All right. We've been talking about this game for quite a bit. Let's move on. Yeah, let's go to another game. Let's go to the Raiders taking on the Colts.
Cool.
I think we need to address the elephant in the room here, Jake. We were sell high on Ashton Jeanty, and boy, did he shut us up real quick.
Yeah. Hey, just one game. We need to see more of that.
I know. Hey, I know it's one game, man. I know it's one game, but man, what a heck of a game, though, right?
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy game. Not gonna lie.
It looked like he had the old stance where he was just standing up straight. Like this was vintage Ashton Boise State Jeanty.
Dude. That breakaway, like 65-yard touchdown. Whew.
3 total touchdowns on the day. But here's the key thing. 2 of his touchdowns were passing touchdowns. They were receptions, and that was something we got on him a little bit. If they start incorporating him in the red zone more as like a passing red zone threat, that changes everything.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like they were leaning on him a lot more this last game, and he even had he was reverting back to his normal college stance, which they were, trying to get him away from, but it's just basically him standing straight up. And so I don't know. I think that just goes to show that seems like he's feeling more comfortable. He's kind of taking the reins and getting this offense going, and that's what we all want to see from him. So definitely high on him moving forward. Hope that he could keep the same momentum going.
I think Brock Bowers could be a little bit interesting. I moved him down to the list for the first time because so far throughout the season, he's kind of been decent. Like decent to good, but we haven't seen that like big Brock Bowers that we saw from the start of last season. So I want to see him do a bit more. I want to see him a bit more involved.
Right. I know it has been interesting. It seems like Geno's kind of throwing it around the board, across the board to a bunch of different people, and
including the other team. Dude, he's got 6 interceptions in 4 games. You can't win games like that, Geno.
No, you can't. It's bad.
It's one of the reasons where it's like he should be a start. I was thinking like I was on the fence for a while, and that's why I kind of put him in the flex spot of like, if you don't have better options, you could try him, but I would try to see what you have first.
Right.
Because the interceptions are killer.
Yeah, they are. It's tough, and I definitely think that they're probably going to be looking for a new quarterback by the end of the year. Let's be honest.
Oh, don't say that, man.
Dude, just being real.
You're breaking Pete's heart.
I know. Dude, every time something bad happens to the team, there's like Geno throws an interception or whatever, they pan to Pete Carroll, and my heart breaks too. Every time, dude, I'm like, oh, shoot. What are you doing to this guy? This guy's old. The oldest coach in the game.
No, I think people bought into the names and the hype of how interesting this team could be. But we also have to remember, this was a bad team coming into the season.
Right.
Like overall. So it's going to have rough patches.
Oh, yeah. And Chip Kelly is not what he once was. I'll just say that. I'm not the biggest fan of him this year.
Dude, I mean, most people only thought he was good in Oregon, so it's just one of those things.
True.
Dude, and on the Colts side, I cannot believe.
Dude.
I'm not saying you should cut Adonai Mitchell, but dude, my goodness, did he cost you a game?
Yeah.
I mean, Jones would have had a much better game if that 90-yarder turned into that touchdown that he fumbled at the very last second. Not even like dropped like some people, like they think they got the touchdown. He somehow just fumbled it.
Yeah.
And then cost Taylor another long touchdown with a hold that had nothing to do with that side of the field.
That's
just
not good.
This team's going to do well against the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael Pittman, I'm going to give him his flowers here because he's been doing pretty well this first month of the season. He's in the top 15 right now. So yeah, for right now, he's a start.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think. But yeah, you're right. And I honestly, even still with that Adonai, drop ball. I think that he's still an intriguing guy moving forward just because Alec Pierce is out. And because of that, I think they've been wanting to get Adonai more involved. And, he still had decent numbers this last game. So I think his production will only increase, especially with Danny Dimes thrown to him, bro.
Dude, Danny, he's been looking nice, man, and I think he'll continue it. We'll see with Adonai Mitchell. Obviously, he can't have a game any worse than that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it can't realistically can only go up from here. So we'll just see how it goes going forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We got the Giants now taking on the winless 0-4 Saints. There's a lot to talk about in this matchup, particularly with Jaxson Dart. So with Jaxson Dart, one of the things that was so obvious to me was I think people are going to look at him and try to see Josh Allen comparisons. Not necessarily as a thrower, but definitely on the running side of the football, especially with Brian Dable as his head coach coming in from the Bills. And everybody talked about like, oh, they want to make Daniel Jones kind of like Josh Allen, but they're not the same player. But I could see that this is probably more the offense that Dable wanted to run.
Right.
With a quarterback that will be able to take his own like designed runs or look for the run. He had like 60 rushing yards in that game.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild, dude.
No, it was wild, dude. That one rushing touchdown he had where it was like a clear, play made for Jaxson. The O-line set him up so well and he just ran right in there.
Yeah.
And this was like a longer rush to a touchdown. That was so cool to see. I wish more teams did that kind of stuff. But yeah, dude. I think there's just so many ways they could use this guy. And pretty exciting, to say the least.
I'm super excited too. It's just super unfortunate when it ended up happening to Malik Neighbors.
Yes.
Another one bites the dust, man. A torn ACL out for the season, which sucks because we would have wanted to see what this young core could do together.
Yeah.
It's probably the one thing that keeps me from having him as a start this week because I don't know how it's going to go with him just being it with Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton and maybe Theo Johnson. Maybe, but we'll have to see.
We will.
But I think they're going to use this as an excuse to go like, okay, let's change our identity. Let's go ground game here. I think Cam Skattebo he's my start of the week at running back.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see what he can do in this matchup.
I am too. And his connection that he has with Jaxson Dart is just pretty electric. There's like
AO 44-6.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say that video has been going around. So funny, dude. But I think it just goes to show that these guys are on fire, to be on the same team, and they're just electric players. So together, it's just such a fun watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also agree. I think he seems like a must start just because of the whole Malik Neighbors thing. Like the fact that they're saying Darius Slayton's going to be their number one option, kind of blows my mind. So Skattebo has to be a part of this offense, and if he's not, there's something's off.
Hey man, when you get paid like Darius Slayton got paid, you just command wide receiver 1 numbers, man.
Dude,
I think it's
something always happens to get Darius Slayton in the limelight, bro. Every year.
I think it probably makes sense to try to, because I don't know if Wan'Dale Robinson is set up to be like the number 1 receiving option. So I think it makes sense that they probably want Slayton to be set up in that role.
Yeah.
I think he's a good waiver wire option going forward, because he's shown
I
when
agree.
injuries happen, he can make plays.
No, I agree. Yeah. He looked pretty well. It looked like he was doing pretty well after the neighbor's injury. They kind of started relying on him, and I think that'll probably be the case moving forward too.
Yeah. And I love talking about these Giants. The Saints, every time I talk about them, I feel like I'm in some sort of eternal vortex where I'm just kind of saying the same stuff over and over again. Yeah, Flex Olave, as the joke. He's in a flex spot.
Right.
Jawan Johnson is good. Not Spencer Rattler. There is one new thing to add, and that is the bit of a split happening between Alvin Kamara and Keandre Miller.
Yeah.
And that's something we're going to have to watch a bit more, because I've been kind of waiting on this for the last couple of years.
Exactly. Yeah, and, Kendrick's doing pretty well, like at least. So it was just this last game that he really started getting involved. And the carries that he took, I think, were decent. I don't know if you got a chance to watch that game, but he got a touchdown. It was like an 18-yard rushing touchdown, which is pretty nice. And then I would say, majority of his carries were actually, for decent yardage. And he actually, I think, tied Kamara in rushing yards.
It was pretty close.
Yeah, it was right around there, which is interesting. And yeah, we're just gonna have to see if they keep moving him, or if it was just kind of like a, let's test him out this game type of scenario. But definitely one to watch, and I would not say to start him. Probably most definitely a sit until you see anything else. So
I'm afraid, man. He's still got glass bones. Like, I'm afraid if I do put him in the lineup, like, he is gonna start breaking his legs.
No, that's true. He's definitely injury prone.
But it's the one thing we got to keep your eye on if you're watching the Saints.
Yes, exactly.
We got another game to talk about here. This is the 1-2-1 Cowboys. I hate ties so much. I've always been a stats guy. That's always been I love focusing on records. And like whenever there's a tie, it messes everything up. I despise ties. But dude, but we got the Cowboys going up against the Jets. These are two of the worst defenses this season. The Jets have not been good on defense. The Cowboys, statistically, they are the dead last pass defense, and it's not even close right now.
So crazy.
So there is a chance that these two teams, even with CeeDee Lamb out, this is going to be an offensive shootout.
Mm-hmm.
There's a real opportunity. That's why on the Cowboys side, I've got pretty much everybody at a start right now.
Yeah.
Like they looked so much better in that Packers game than I ever thought they would.
So good.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's wild. It's wild how like everybody's getting production, like you said. Williams is getting like he got 20 carries last game, bro. 20
Yeah.
carries is crazy. And Ferguson, Pickens, they're all getting targeted. The offense as a whole is just it's looking like Lions tier type work that all these guys are
Ooh.
getting. I think in terms of production, it just seems like it's just a very heavy production, producing offense. And I think we'll continue to see that. I don't know why we wouldn't. I want to especially point out Ferguson and just how much they're relying on him. Seems like I want to say Pickens too, but it just seems like Ferguson is such a clear like touchdown guy each game. Like just expect him to get one touchdown, to be honest.
He got his first touchdown in this last game in 23 games. I will just say that. Don't always expect him to get a touchdown, but he's done very well outside.
No, but also, I mean, to that point, he's because I watch like all the games that the Cowboys have played. What I'm saying is he's thrown the ball and it's in the end zone. He's missed multiple times this season for like multiple touchdowns a game, but or like that's what I've noticed. But yeah, you're right. I think you'll continue to see though, especially with CD out, like I'm just expecting him to get more touchdowns, but
Ferguson is one of the greatest red zone threats to not actually catch the ball for the touchdown. If that like makes sense.
Yeah.
And that sounds like a diss, but they trust him a lot. It's tough work. It's been tough work. But maybe now that he got this first touchdown, he gets the ball rolling a little bit and he starts making it happen more often.
For sure. I think they'll continue to look for him there. Because it seems like that's been a trend.
But
anyways,
we'll see on this. Dude, and the Jets, they're 0-4. In this matchup, they will be good. Like Garrett Wilson is still awesome. And he's my star of the week at receiver. Justin Fields is going to be good. Breece Hall is going to be good. He gets so many catches off of just screen passes. Mason Taylor even had a pretty decent game. So it seems like he's finally starting to show up as like their second receiver.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if it will actually equal a win for the Jets because they've been struggling with that. Did you hear the Breece Hall quote?
No, I don't think so.
Dude, there was a quote he did after the game where it's like, yeah, a lot of teams find ways to shoot themselves in the foot. We just find ways to shoot ourselves in the head. And I'm like, that is so dark, but very true. It's so true. The Jets always do find a way to screw it up more than the other team.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But for fantasy, most of them should be good for this week.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I love Garrett Wilson. I think he's a must start here. I know we talked about that, but he's getting no lack of production, and a lot of people thought he would, with Justin Fields, but it's just clear he's the clear-cut guy. And
dude,
there's just no doubt about it. There,
And this is looking like his best season. Like
it is
almost easily. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy, yeah.
So we'll see as we go on, but we'll move on because they were on Monday night. We'll move on to another team that dominated on Monday night. We got the Broncos taking on the Eagles. This is a good matchup. I want to see what happens here. Bo Nix did have a great game. I'm glad I got that prediction down right. J.K. Dobbins, what was it? First rusher to get 100 rushing yards on the Broncos in like 38 games.
Jeez.
That's way too long. It shouldn't have waited that long. But he finally got it. He's not going to get it this time. The Eagles front is going to be a bit tough there.
Their defense is too good, yeah.
Like, this is probably the one start for Bo Nix where I'm probably the most cautious for right now.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I don't think Bo Nix has played that bad. There are a lot of people talking bad about Bo Nix right now. It's like, oh, he doesn't look like a true star quarterback. It's like, yeah, it hasn't been perfect. That week 1 game was an abomination.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that week 1, he hasn't been bad.
No, I don't.
You know what I mean?
So. Yes, I agree. And I think it's tough to gauge off this last game just because of how abysmally bad of a team the Bengals look, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Their offense and defense are just terrible.
Without Joe Burrow, they look like one of the worst teams in the NFL.
Dude.
It's so bad.
It was sad to watch.
They
were pretty bad.
It was 28-3, and I'm pretty sure they got those 3 points in the first drive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, I just want to see. I want to see these guys do better against harder teams, is what I'm saying. Because fantasy wise, Knicks killed it this last game, but I do want to see more. To make sure he's still that guy, and I think he is too. I believe in Bo Nix.
Yeah,
but his wide receivers are hit or miss.
Yeah,
it's
outside
tough.
of Sutton, who's straight up the 2-minute warning killer. Mm-hmm. Have you noticed how many touchdowns he seems to get in the last 30 seconds of a game before the first half? He's done it 3 of the 4 weeks. Wow. They had 15 seconds left before the half, and they were 20 yards from the end zone in that Bengals game, and he was set up to throw. I'm like, surely not again.
Jeez.
No way again. And he does it again.
Dude.
Most of his production has come in the last 2 minutes of a second quarter.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird because then after that, he just checks out. I don't think he gets a single catch after most of those points.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very odd, but it's very funny that he seems to get his points in the last 30 seconds of a specific point in time.
Yeah, it's interesting. He does seem like a very pressure-heavy guy. Like, they lean on him when they need to get things done, and I think that makes sense. And he should be that guy because he's, he's good.
And it tells me that this team is good or has the potential to be really good. The fact that they keep doing that over and over, that they keep making this happen before half. In most of their game, they're going to be better as the season goes along. I think they're going to grow into that team we want them to be.
Yeah, I can see it.
And the Eagles, you did it again, guys. You did it again. They went back to just running. That's just what they're going to be most of the season.
Yeah.
We just have to, the quicker we come to terms with that, the easier it's going to be to talk about.
Totally. And you know what? Goddard is maybe a sit this week, but man, did he kill it this last week.
He had 2 touchdowns. There's always a game or 2 every season where it's man, Goddard, I forgot how good you can be.
Exactly. But you can't rely on that each week. So
yeah, maybe if you're looking for this week because there's a couple tight ends out, he could be kind of like a flat, sort of a spot start or a stream if you need it.
Sure.
But we'll have to see.
Yeah, just because they don't pass. That's what I was going to say. But
yeah.
All right.
AJ Brown, you better open up that Inner Excellence book again. But we got coming up next here. Oh man, really excited for this.
Woo.
We got the Tennessee Titans going up to face the Cardinals. I'm sure a lot of people have heard this quote, but we got a quote from after that last game when they went 0-4 from Cam Ward.
I mean, if we keeping a buck right now, we ass. So we 0-4. We have, at this point, we got nothing to lose. We dropped a quarter of our fucking games, and we've yet to do anything. So we have to lock in.
Dude,
it makes me laugh every time, man.
When I first saw that video, I thought it was AI. No, not AI. I mean, oh yeah, AI. Those AI fake
The fake the Sunday Night Football heads trash
The fake
talking.
press conference videos. Yeah, they're just so ridiculous. But no, that's 100% real, and it's so true, and you gotta respect it.
I like it's off the cuff. Yeah. I like the fact that he's just speaking purely. That's just from the heart of a competitive football player, where he realizes the team around him is just not there. It's just, bless his heart, it's just not there yet.
Oh my gosh.
One of the only guys actually producing for the team on a week-to-week basis is Tony Pollard, but even that's more, he's good for the game, but he hasn't been too great for fantasy. Even then, I still think a lot of people that have him, you're kind of in a position where you kind of need to start him this week. He's still better than some of the options you might have, but
yeah,
it's one of those things. You just got to take the risk on it. Outside of his other weapons, I actually think Okonkwo, who, yes, I know he had one catch in last week, but I told everyone, do not play any Titans players when they face the Texans. I told you it was just going to happen. But we're coming out of that right now, and Chig Okonkwo is actually one with Iomanor, developing a good rapport with Cam Ward. I'm not saying he's an automatic start, but I think he should be rostered in some leagues, and he should be considered for streaming options.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
And I am also actually a little bit higher on Iomanor this week. Just simply because he's getting those targets.
Yeah.
He definitely didn't produce on those targets last week. I think he got 7 targets and on 2 catches. So definitely not great, but a good sign to see, for these guys. I think I like him as a flex this week.
I think with some starters out this week, I think Kyler Murray can be sort of a risky start, even though I'm not super into it right now. I mean, we both watched that Cardinals-Seahawks game. If the last 6 minutes didn't happen, we would be talking about the Cardinals very differently. Outside of Trey Benson, who I think is going to have a much better game, dude, Marvin Harrison. Oh my gosh, was he on pace to have the worst? He looked like he was going to have the worst performance of any wide receiver this season,
dude.
When it was all said and done, so he's lucky to have gotten out of that by picking himself back up, getting a few catches, getting that touchdown pass. That's why he was on his knees crying, because he knew, man.
Exactly.
He knew he knew in that moment, I'm not going to get roasted on Twitter. Yes.
Yeah. And he was getting so roasted.
Oh my gosh. Twitter, it was crazy.
Before that catch. So yeah, that was definitely a redemptive play. But man, I think I like him moving forward. And I like him against this 0-4 Tennessee team. I think he can do a lot better. I just want to see them pass it to him more, and I think he's going to catch the ball. This team just needs to work on a lot, the Cardinals. But I see him growing, moving forward, and being a better wide receiver. Because that touchdown play was great.
It was a great catch.
You can't deny his hands in that play.
No.
And I don't know. I think we're going to see more of that in the future.
I think it was just one of those things. You have to look at it. If you own Marvin Harrison, you have to look at it and hope that it's a stepping stone. Yeah, that this was the moment of okay, put all that garbage behind me. Put I'm not getting in my head anymore. I'm going to move on and just be the player that I know I can be.
Right.
And that's the hope, because if not, then maybe what we saw in 90% of the game might happen more often than not, which I hope not. I own him in a league or two. I'm rooting for him. I want to see him good.
Yes.
But we'll just have to wait and see.
We will It's the name of the game.
Yeah. We got a Seahawks matchup again.
Let's go.
We're 3-1, going up against another 3-1 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dude, Egbuka? Is he gonna stop, man? Is he gonna slow down at any point?
It's tough to call.
We'll see.
It goes right up with it. It begs the question of like, is Godwin gonna take off or not?
I think give him a few weeks. I think he'll get better as the season goes along because he's still maybe he's 100%, but he doesn't quite feel that yet.
Right.
I think there's a ramp up period after the injury.
Sure, but see, that's the thing. It's like, is he going to take away from Mbuka, or is he going to be, potentially a compliment to Mbuka?
Yeah. I don't think he'll take away right now. I think it's more interesting when all of them are together. When Mike Evans is back, when Jalen McMillan comes back, then it becomes a bit more of a discussion.
Right.
But I can't sit here with a straight face and say that Egbuka hasn't shown me enough to be like, okay, I trust him.
Yeah.
Moving forward. And honestly, not really depending on the defense, because Seattle's a good defense, but man, this team has some good weapons. We'll see on Bucky Irving, because I did hear that he's questionable right now, that he might be teetering on the edge of, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Because that was like an injury that came in like a day after the game that they're like, oh yeah, Bucky Irving got a little banged up.
Yeah.
So that's something. Yeah, so that's something we might need to see there.
Yeah, it is. It is something we'll have to monitor. I actually think that I saw some breaking news today saying that he is most likely not going to play this week. But I think it still might be a game time type of decision. So, just something to definitely monitor.
Yeah, just make sure to keep it as a developing story in the background there.
Yeah.
On the other side here, not too much to say. I have Walker in sort of the start over Charbonnet, which, I mean, realistically, you can flip-flop. If they're both playing, you don't really know who's going to take off in a given game. But even outside of that, I do have something with Sam Darnold, and I think Sam Darnold's very interesting. He's been great. Like, watching him as a quarterback, he's been really, really good.
Yeah, I agree.
But does really good always translate to fantasy?
Right.
Sometimes there's a bit of a disconnect. Like, he's been kind of outside, kind of on the lower end of under average, because he looks great, but he doesn't always get, like, the amount of production that you might need to be a weekly starter.
Yeah, it seems like consistently he's not, like, completion percentage wise, he's looking elite, right? Like, he's getting those completions, but the pass attempts seem to be pretty low for fantasy standards. So I completely agree. I think we want to see more passing attempts from him.
I think more passing touchdowns is just
more
passing change.
Touchdowns. Exactly. Yeah. Because I think Walker and Sharp, when they're both on the field, have been taking a lot of the production for the Hawks, and another thing that could contribute is that they're getting stopped sometimes. That contributes to the offense not being on the field, obviously, long enough for Sam to make those extra passes. But yeah, we'll have to see moving forward. But I really do like Sam as a QB. I think he looks great.
Yeah.
And I'm not worried for the Seahawks in any way. I know that the receivers are looking nice and they're on the same page with Sam. So as a fan, that's just great to see.
As a fan, it's early, but I think we got the better end of that trade, man.
Yeah.
We got this guy for cheaper, which is also crazy. It kind of means that we might have to, if he keeps this up throughout the year, we're probably going to have to give him an extension in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Because we kind of, let's be honest, we kind of lowballed him a little bit.
Yeah, we kind of did. We weren't sure, but
that's what a couple of games do.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we can move on here. Man, the Lions are just feasting on some of these AFC North guys because they went from the Browns last week and they're going to face the Bengals this week. Dude, this could be a massacre.
Dude, it's going to be crazy.
I don't even know what I need to say for this matchup. Pretty much everybody, even Monty, could pretty much be in a start.
Yeah.
For this week on the Lions. I don't really see any way around it. Their oh my gosh, the Bengals defense is terrible. Their offensive line, I saw some clips from that game where every single Broncos defensive lineman all broke through at the same time and sacked Jake Browning at the same time.
Yeah, dude, their offense.
So, I mean, you have no defense, you have no offensive line, and you have no Burrow. You're not going to win football games. And this doesn't just hurt, obviously it's bad for T. Higgins. Obviously it's bad for Chase Brown. Yeah. It's bad for Jamar Chase. Right. You drafted him 101. Dude, he might not even be top 10 by the end of this year.
Sucks.
It does suck. It does suck if you're a Bengals fan. It does suck if you invested in their players. It sucks for someone who's been super high on Chase Brown all year. And in this game, his production didn't look dirt worse this time around, but they were already down by too many scores to where they didn't even use him anymore. I don't know, man.
Yeah. It's an ugly situation for these guys, but I think the only guy you could really trust is obviously Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Right, we have him not on the board, but that's just because he's an automatic start. But flex wise, Brown, I think, is really the only other guy. It sucks because I feel like every year, past few years, Higgins, like people hold out for Higgins, and he just hasn't been able to be that guy.
Dude, I know. Even last season when he was healthy, he had his games, but it's just with no Burrow, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, this is not his year.
Not. It's definitely not. And Joe might not even come back this year. That's the thing. With how bad these guys are doing, I think that I could easily see them resting him the rest of the year and then just kind of going through the motions the rest of the year.
Real discussion. If you have Jamar Chase, consider trading him. You could get a big haul for Jamar Chase,
For sure.
And it's sad to see that's the level that they're at, but that's the level they're at.
It is. Yeah.
But, Lions, feast on your prey. Yeah, we've got another big matchup here. We've got the Commanders taking on the Chargers. Chargers had a shock loss against the Giants, but I think there might be something slightly to monitor there because they lost Joe Alt, their tackle, for a few weeks, and they already had lost Slater, their other tackle, for the season. So their offensive line might take a hit. I don't think it's going to be enough to affect them in this game because I don't think of the Commanders as like a super strong pass rush. So I think it should be, same as before. Yeah. Every one of the starters, especially Herbert, should be started this week.
Yes.
McConkey. McConkey. I have to keep him in flex for now, unless an injury comes around. We've talked about this before, but unless an injury comes around, it seems like Quentin Johnston fits a role, Keenan Allen fits a role, and Ladd just is the lesser of the three right now.
Yeah. He's just not a big play type guy in the game scripts that they have. And I don't know. It sucks to see, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I think he'll have some games every now and then, but for right now, just from what we've seen production-wise, we have to put him in this spot.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to play this week. I think it might be leaning more towards he's going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, I don't see any massive changes. The ground game's going to be a bit mixed. Start Samuel. Start Zach Ertz. They're both going to be great. Terry McLaurin, another sort of, we don't really know where he's going to be. Is he going to be, because we didn't cover this last time, but he was out before the game. So that's already not great.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll just have to see on him.
Yeah.
No. That's just...
Yeah, that's a tough one. An interesting one to watch, though, but I don't think will gain much traction long term, obviously, is Luke McCaffrey. In the past couple games.
Oh, because he got that touchdown?
Yeah, because he got that touchdown. I don't know. I think maybe obviously, if McLaren's out, you got to look to someone, right? So, Zach Ertz is there, of course. But
yeah.
I think, and Debo, of course, I can't forget about Debo. But yeah, I think, I don't know, I've been trying to figure out who the other guy is going to be on this team. It's going to be Luke. It's going to be Jalen Lane. Like, it's still a battle between the two, but I'm leaning towards Luke McCaffrey. So just someone to watch. But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We are going to move on. Sunday Night Football. We've got the Patriots taking on the Bills. Patriots, and I'm trying to think, because we got the Bills here. This is a big division matchup because we have two bad teams in division. Bills are 4-0. They're looking to run away with it, and then the Patriots are coming in like, nah. We want to take a piece of that pie.
Not today.
Not today. If anybody can make it happen, it's Drake May, who's just been awesome.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
And
I would say the Patriots defense, bro. Their defense is crazy good.
Their defense is pretty good. Like, we still have to see if this team can like be a good like cohesive team together. Stephon Diggs finally had a decent game.
He had a nice game.
He had a nice game, so we can see if he can sort of pick up on that. Maybe he's still recovering from his injury. So it's one of those things. Again, we'll see if Hunter Henry can keep it up. He seems a bit touchdown dependent.
Yeah.
And Stevenson and Henderson, one of them got touchdowns last week, so they're a bit touchdown or bust, but they're both playable.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And Henderson's definitely one that I am staying on, just sitting and holding. Like, I feel like people are trying to sell him right now and just get somebody else, but I would heed people to just wait a little bit longer. I feel like he's gonna have some breakout games, just like some of these other rookies that we've seen have breakout games. I don't see why it couldn't happen.
I think there's a chance he can get more and more stuff as the season goes down the line.
Yeah.
It just might not be early.
Sure.
I think it's one of those things. On the other side, it's the same old with the Bills.
Yeah.
Like, there's not too much to go over. They run their offense the same. They're 4-0 for a reason, because it keeps working out for them week to week to week.
Yeah, and dude, I think at this point, let's be real. James Cook shouldn't even be on the start list. He's an automatic.
I know I might have to take him off.
Dude,
I might have to take him off.
He's the number one fantasy running back. You should take him off.
I think he's up there. I think since this, it's changed to like either Christian McCaffrey or Jonathan Taylor, but he's like right up there with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why is he even still on the board here?
Dude, man, because he still he doesn't have that name yet.
Bro, come on, dude.
No, it's not in that way. I'm not saying James Cook isn't a name. I think most people will still think about it that way because, like, oh, Christian McCaffrey's obvious, right? Or like Derrick Henry's obvious. But then it's like James Cook. They still don't think of him that way.
I guess, yeah.
But if he has one more good game, you're right. I'll take him off the list.
Okay.
I'll take him right off, man.
All right. That sounds good.
Let's finish this up with our final matchup Monday night. we got the Chiefs going up against the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
Duval. I don't have too much to say on the Jaguars so far. I think Strange, even though it's a good defense, I think he's been consistently good. I think he's underrated. I think people should have him at the very least rostered.
Yeah, I agree.
But there is one player I want to focus on more this time around, which is Travis Etienne, because he's been very good since he started the season.
Surprisingly good.
Someone brought this up to our attention. Is like, is this the case of could the old ETN be back?
Right.
Are we looking more and more at the ETN of the last couple years rather than what happened last season?
Mm-hmm. I think it's starting to look like that.
Yeah.
It's a valid question. And I think there's less competition. I feel like there's just I don't know. It seems like he's back in his groove. It really does. The last few games, he's been very consistent and looks like the obvious winner in this backfield. And nothing against Tootin. I think he still could have a chance to fill this the role of like a 1-2 punch, but we definitely need to see more from Tootin.
I think it's just one of those situations right now where ETN is doing too good right now to where you can make it 50-50.
Yeah.
So unless he started to struggle, Tootin's going to be kind of where he is right now.
Yeah.
I still think he should be rostered and considered because he's a great handcuff and he still gets big plays and touchdowns every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing against that. On the flip side of the Chiefs here, I think we might have been underrating Patrick Mahomes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think from the stuff that I've seen, because I've looked back at some of his scores and looked back at what he's done, and he's been a lot better this season than I imagined he was. Not great in the Giants game, but the first couple of games, he does score a decent amount of points. And I think as this team gets healthier and they get Rashee Rice back and Xavier Worthy, starts playing outside of a sling, which it's crazy to play football in a sling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's just be honest there.
Yeah.
I actually think Mahomes might be a pretty solid starting option going forward because he's starting to show it in some of these games.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, he's looked very nice, and I think the team is really relying on him too to get the job done because they're not as good as a team overall as they have been in the past few years. So
yeah,
that could be part of it. But yeah, he's really stepped it up fantasy wise this year, and I think we can continue to see that. I don't see why not.
Man, dude, a team relying on their quarterback to win football games. What a world we live in.
Dude, that's crazy.
Dude, he's only just like the biggest name in football.
Yeah, literally.
No. Other than that, I think they should be startable because the Jaguars' defense is pretty bad, but not the run game yet. Still need to see more. Don't know if we're going to get it, but I need to see more.
That's so sad when you have a team who you can't start any of their running backs. That's like almost unheard of, to be quite real.
You know what? I feel like if you took Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt and fused them into one running back, they would be startable. But they eat away at each other like two viruses.
Dude, they do. It's crazy. And I'm going to be completely honest, man. I've been saying this since day one. Okay. But they need to use freaking
Rashard
Smith
yeah.
more. It's like every game they've been slowly using him. Okay, we'll give him one carry and one catch this game, and then like this last game, I think they fed him the ball like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, they started doing more with him,
and he's actually doing pretty well. I think he's definitely more of a pass catching guy, so he's more of a threat, a threat as a pass guy, but yeah, I think he's definitely someone that they should keep considering, given the fact that these running backs are not good. And I'm going to keep saying that until we see that he can't, handle his, what they give him. But he has looked good in my book.
It's going to take a lot of time. It would speed things up if one of the backs got injured. Like an injury, yeah, I think he could slide right in and take over quickly. But for right now, it's the Chiefs. They're just one of those teams. They like using so many people.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to wait and see on that.
We will.
But that is it. We have covered all 14 of the games, including the teams that are on bye. Thank you so much for everybody that watched here today.
Yes, thank you guys.
Yeah. You can find us on Instagram, X, TikTok. You can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Hey. Jake, anything you want to say before we go off the air?
No, just about summed it up. Thank you guys, and tune into our next videos.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good season, and it's been a good season.
It's been a good season so far.
Continue to be a good season. Yeah.
It is so late at night. We are filming this so late at night.
We're a little sleepy, but
we're doing it for you.
Hey,
we're doing it for you.
Getting it done.
In a complicated world, just stay simple. Good night, everybody.
Exactly.